creating three spheres. Three spheres, one wrapped with rope, one that is bumpy, and one that is furry. So to start this, I'm actually going to draw a circle. Now, if you aren't so sure you can make a perfect circle, don't worry about it. The thing's going to be covered with bumps and lumps anyway. So just go ahead and do your best. A circle drawing tip is, instead of drawing with your hand, move your whole arm. So I'm going to make 3 circles, or I should say circles-ish. I've been drawing a long time, and I don't even have perfect circles there. Doesn't much matter, because I'm going to be doing the fun part now, which is making this circle, which is very flat looking, look like it is wrapped with rope, covered in bumps, and furry. Now, the very first thing that I have to keep in mind is that when I'm dealing with form, I have to think about contour. So I'm going to put in some light lines here that are going to help me understand that my circles are actually balls. Now, this is going to be really useful as I build up the surface texture, because visual texture is dealing with the surface quality of an object. So I'm going to need to make sure that those bumps look like they're wrapping around the sphere. So let's begin. Let's begin with the furry sphere. So over here on the left, I'm going to begin to add in some lines, and I'm going to let some of them go up and off of the edge like this. I might even allow some of them to swirl a little bit as it comes around. Now, this furry sphere needs to really keep in mind that I am bending my lines around the form of the object. I am breaking the surface, because otherwise it's not going to look like a little kitten's head. It's going to look like, I don't know exactly what would look like it has fur but is stuck on the inside. So I'm going to go ahead and leave that one all furry looking like so. The next is to think about a bumpy sphere. Now, you can decide what your bumps look like. Your bumps don't need to look like mine. They might look more like lumps, they might look more like warts, they might look like all kinds of different things. I'm going to just pop in some sort of rounded lumps, and I'm going to even use a little bit of value to help us understand the form. Once again, breaking the surface of the edge of your sphere is going to make it really appear like it is bumpy all over. Now, the other thing I'm doing is some of these circles that I'm drawing in here, when they're straight on, like they're looking right at us, I'm leaving those as nice round circles. But as they are heading off to the side, I'm creating more of an ellipse. And that's thinking about our angle or approach with the object. That's going to help us understand the form. All right, so now I have a sphere covered with bumps. Now, the rope is a particularly fun challenge, because you can actually just build off from those contour lines, making them a little bit thicker, and then applying additional lines to make it look like rope. Just a little flick of the wrist to do that. And this is all well and good. Kind of looks like rope, but it doesn't look like it's actually wrapping around the sphere, because it looks like it's somehow just painted onto the surface. That's because I really need to come off from the edge and allow that rope to disappear around the backside. If I don't do this last little bit, the rope is not going to look three-dimensional. Be stuck as rope paint on this ball instead of three-dimensional rope. And just for fun, I'm going to have another tail of rope come off like this behind it, and maybe fray over here just to give it a little extra pizzazz.